Understanding functions begins with a simple calculation. I'm going to just take this information and add 2 plus 2, or to add two numbers together. So I got number here, a number here. It's going to put the answer wherever the other little label went. It's kind of hidden right there. Let's go to code. In reality, we could just sit here and say num1 plus num2 equals answer, blah, blah, blah. However, I want to show you in a simple example how functions work. So before we can calculate a function, we need to know what we need from it. So here I'm going to go grab a notepad. And we're going to say, okay, what do we need for the answer? Well, the answer that we want is going to be two numbers added together. So we're going to need the first number and the second number. So, okay, that's what we need. So let's go ahead and create our private function here. We call it private function because it's only going to stay right now on these forms. If we want it to go to a different form as well, we just call it public function. But we don't. We just want to keep it here. Private function are the first two keywords. The third part that we need is the name of the function. So it's good to name it what we're doing, which is what? Adding two numbers together. So private function, add numbers, and then a parenthesis. So inside, once we call it to its name, inside the parentheses, we set up what I like to nickname the receivers. The proper term is called parameters. These are the rules as to what it can receive down to it. And the easiest way to do that is go by value, space, and then that replaces, if we're thinking about our naming convention up here, that replaces the dim. So by value, I'm going to zoom in for you. By val, we called it first number. We'll go ahead and say first num as what? These are integers, so we have to make sure that this function is going to be integer. And by val, second num as integer as well. Very good. So what this is going to do is it's going to return to it the answer when we pass down the first number and the second number. So right away you see here an error. It says doesn't return a value. Functions have to return something. So we're going to return, what are we going to return? We're going to return the answer. Now, answer is not airing out because it exists up here. But if we wanted to change it to something else, we could go up here and say dim third num as integer equals first num plus second num. And then return third num. If that's too much work, the shorthand way to do it is to just throw the word return in front of your equation. Return first num plus second num. Easy enough. I don't like to do it that way because it confuses me. That's how you set up your subfunction. In the next portion, we're going to show you how to assign the answer, get it out.